Morning. We're live.
Hi.
Good morning,
Hi.
everyone. It's almost now 6 a.m. on the 2nd of February. Happy Groundhog Day. Happy Candlemas Day. Happy Monday. How are you doing today, Dr. Kiltz?
Uh, don't know yet. Want to go to the office?
Okay.
Want to go
Good
to the
morning,
office?
Alia.
Good morning. So I'm going to do something special today for the giveaway. I'm going to do it every day this week, actually, where somebody can get a ticket to the event portion of the Tampa meetup. So you can come and listen to the speakers and attend the panel. If you can't come to Tampa, though, we'll get you a different gift. But I want to give that away for anyone in the Florida area or anyone who feels like traveling, to give them that option. There you go.
And we
So
give it to
ticket to the
Milton.
event. No cats allowed.
Oh,
It's a beautiful
right.
area.
All right.
Yeah.
yeah. Anastasia, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Where are you this morning?
I'm in middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. Well, I hope you're staying warm.
Yeah, trying to.
27 degrees where I am. Uh, in so-called Florida. I thought I had moved to the Sunshine State. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Like, comment, share, subscribe wherever you're watching, and hashtag KMT for a special gift. Alia
Yep.
will give you
That's right.
details later. Obviously, if you're not going to be able to come, let her know, and we'll give you
And
a
you'll get
different
something.
gift. All righty. So, Anna, just give us your keto carnivore story. What has improved in your health?
So it's a pretty long story. I learned about keto around COVID, and I did see some health improvement, but then I didn't really stick to that. So I never saw the full potential with that. And then I attempted carnivore 2 years ago, and I saw some improvements, but I still was struggling with some things. So then I gave up on that, which was a mistake. And the whole hell broke loose. It was terrible. I have genetic predisposition to arthritis. So that was just a terrible flare for me, um, because from carnivore 2 years ago, I didn't go back to normal food. I went to junk food, thinking that at least now I know what's making me sick, because I struggled with some things on carnivore before. If you don't know what arthritis feels like, it feels like somebody hit every single one of your joints with a hammer. And at least if you hit your joint with a hammer, you know it's going to pass. The pain will pass in a week, two, maybe a month if you're very unlucky. But with arthritis, the pain never goes away, no matter what kind of medications you are on. I got in a habit of driving with my palms because I just couldn't grab the steering wheel.
Wow.
And I'm 29. It was hard to believe. I also had very terrible neuropathy of my feet. It was very hard to walk. It was very hard to do any kind of work. It was impossible to get groceries in one day and do house chores because I was just in so much pain. Because I also had arthritis in my toes, my ankles, and all of that flaring up. I had severe cluster headaches. It felt like somebody's pushing your eyes out. What's that all about? I don't know. Or somebody driving a nail in your forehead. I had needle sensations in my eyes, my ears, hot flashes, very painful periods, just constant pain, never getting better. And at my worst, I also had severe depression, and it's not that you feel a little bit sad every now and then. It's a gloom and doom. You think that nobody ever loved you, nobody ever will. So why bother getting up in the morning? Why not just end it? And yeah, and at my worst, I also had severe paranoia, which getting out of it seems like, wow. I thought people were after me. I thought, or yeah, I was afraid to leave my house. I was afraid to go get groceries. I would go to get groceries only about an hour, half an hour before the store would close because I just was so scared of people. And when I got scared of driving, and I'm sorry, Speedy Gonzalez, everyone watch out. I love driving. When I got scared of driving, I knew something is really wrong because it didn't just get bad at one point. It was kind of continuous and slow. Took about maybe 6, 7 months of giving up keto and going to junk food. That when everything was really bad. And one day, I also woke up, but my body didn't. I couldn't lift the blanket I was under. I was so weak, I couldn't get out of the bed and just lift the blanket. So I stayed in the bed for, I honestly don't even know how that ended. Well, I obviously got out, but I think I stayed in bed for about 2 days until I was able to crawl down the stairs in my house and finally get some food. So with all those symptoms going on and hot flashes and all this crazy stuff, I still didn't think it was really the food, which now seems so silly. And then my friend last year invited me for a Christmas dinner, and I ended up with such terrible reaction to whatever they cooked. I had severe acne all over my back that it just looked terrible. And it was painful to wear clothes. So you can imagine how bad the acne were, that it's painful to wear clothes, the bra strap, even just a loose shirt. It felt like a wound, just pus coming out of everywhere. It was gross. And because it was the next day after their dinner, and they invited me for Easter dinner the same year, and I ended up with the same reaction on my chest and my neck. So I'm like, I don't know what you're cooking with. Something is not right. Are you trying to kill me? So I wanted to go back to basics, and I actually ended up going to an organic farm in Florida in Fort Myers. It's called 12 Season. They are a very nice friends of my family. So the deal there is you help people grow the food and you get some of it back. So I thought maybe it's something to do with pesticides, chemicals, and I did get better at my worst, I was also 140 pounds. And after spending time on the farm, so it's kind of like keto, and I would just get my own meat. There were quite a lot of vegan people. I like meat. And I started seeing improvement, but I always was bloated. And I hated that. You feel pretty, you don't feel pretty, you feel pregnant, and I can't figure out why. Then when I got home, so that was actually last year, last February, when I got home in March, I ended up doing a GI map with Judy Chotim, and I love her. They didn't just look at the GI symptoms, they looked at everything else as well. And their recommendation was to do some further testing, but also to do carnivore. And the transition wasn't too hard for me from because I already did keto for about 2 months, so going from keto to carnivore wasn't too bad. I hear a lot of people experience oxalate dumping. I don't even know what it is. I'm glad I avoided that. And I really wanted to figure out my health. So one of the things that was really bothering me was also what my guess is neuropathy of the feet. It's felt like walking on hot shredded glass all the time. No kind of shoes or, I don't know, massage therapy ever helped with anything. So I found a clinic in Texas where they could do stem cell therapy. I looked at the price and I thought, awesome, I can afford having one good foot. And after 3 months on carnivore, I didn't need any shots. Arthritis is in complete remission. Neuropathy is in complete remission. My depression is gone. My PCOS symptoms, everything is gone. I can drive again. I don't have headaches. I actually made a list over here. I don't have any weird skin sensations that I used to have, like feeling like your skin is on fire, or like weird like needles out of nowhere. I also used to have I think it's called tremors, like when you have, oh no, twitches. I had like weird painful twitches, and actually one time my face got stuck in a weird expression like that, and it would not go away for few hours, and I was a little bit scared, well, a lot of bit scared that it will stay like that. And for the first time in my life, my periods are not painful. It's been only maybe 6, 7 periods in my entire life. I thought that's just how it goes. You take a lot of painkillers and lay in bed for 3 days. Turns out there is another way. My cystic acne is completely gone. I don't have any IBS symptoms, and I used to have severe spasms. And when you have IBS spasms on top of period spasms, you're just questioning your existence. Why? It was so painful, and the for whatever reason, spasms would go right through painkillers too. It didn't matter how much you had in. I don't know why. And the funny thing is actually, because I always was in pain and it's progressively getting worse, um, I have never gotten on an extensive hike. I only watch a lot of hike videos. And in the end of August, when I realized that, wow, my feet are healed, my arthritis in remission. I felt so free. And it's so hard to explain to healthy people what a freeing feeling that is. That at the age of 29, you, for the first time in your life, you can walk wherever you want to. Doesn't matter how long for. So I went on a hike. Not realizing I've never done that. I only saw videos. So I actually got lost in the woods, and then some I came across some friendly country folk that showed me the way out. I did everything wrong for the hike. I didn't have the map. It was Sunday evening when there is nobody. I didn't know terrain. There was no service. I didn't tell anyone where I went, and I had no water. And it was 90-degree weather. I'm glad I got out. But it's just so amazing that how many other things we don't do because we're so used to our sickness. And once you get better, it's such a hard feeling to describe that you are free from so many issues. It's unless you've been sick and healed, it's hard to explain.
Amazing, amazing. How long have you been carnivore now?
So that's been about 11 months. And before that, I was 2 months keto.
And what type of arthritis is it? Were you ever diagnosed with a specific
Yeah, rheumatoid arthritis.
rheumatoid arthritis? Okay, I thought so because in your 20s, usually you won't get osteoarthritis.
Mhm.
Singular disease-oriented doctors that give you a diagnosis don't recognize you are poisoned by a plant-based diet, do they?
Yeah, I really wish, I really hope that the carnivore message will spread, and I hear it spreading. I don't know some carnivores personally, but people I know told me that somebody in their family is carnivore or their friend. So I'm glad to hear that the message is spreading, and I'm very hopeful seeing the positive change in America right now with change of the food pyramid. So we're going places.
And there are others in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is an amazing story. Are you meeting other carnivores in the communities out there that are inspiring you?
I wish, unfortunately, locally, I wasn't able to find anyone. So right now, I just watch a lot of Kelly Hogan and her recordings of her coaching program. I find it very helpful. One surprising thing for me is how many carnivores do the same thing, experience completely different results. Some might gain weight in the beginning, some might lose weight right away. The first time I tried carnivore 2 years ago, I started gaining weight, and I didn't know that it's might be somewhat normal. Um, and that was one of the reasons why I gave up. Like, I'm doing it to lose weight, not gain weight. I ended up gaining about 25 pounds. And no, on carnivore, then after 2 months, I gained about 10 pounds. And when I gave up, I gained another 15. So from 115, I went to about 140. I hope my math is mathing. And that was one of the reasons at that time, I decided to give up, which was a mistake. Now I see.
I was Googling the questions of carnivore and keto this morning, and keto may be dying, and carnivore continues to grow. What are your thoughts of your experience going from keto to carnivore and how you've really seen immense improvements? on this way of eating?
It's much easier to stick to carnivore than keto, I would say, because with keto you think, oh, if I can have a little bit of snack every now and then I might have potato chips. It's a vegetable. You can't. It's very easy to spiral out of it and feel worse. And around COVID, that's when I discovered keto and I tried it to lose weight. I don't think I had weight to lose. I think I was just bored. And um, I was following Dr. Berg at the time, and I he was giving so many conflicting messages. If you're not seeing any progress, cut out this. If you're not seeing progress, cut out that. What do you have left? I was eating half an avocado and 4 ounces of salmon a day. Wasn't going anywhere. Was feeling sick, lightheaded. Right now, I actually eat way more, and I'm not gaining weight at all. Before whole COVID thing, I would start gaining weight if I ate more than 1,300 calories. Right now, I eat about 2,000 calories, and 80% comes from fat. I try to have ribs, brisket, eggs, or um, dairy every day. And I use Carb Manager to track all the calories to make sure I don't under it. I think one problem with carnivore is you're never hungry, so it's so easy to under it.
I've been you know, this is the keto flavors. It's allulose and swerve and stevia and all these things. Are these good for us, Dr. Nelson?
Most substitute things are probably not good for us. Definitely.
Well, meaning that, oh, there's no calories in them. Does that mean they're harmless?
Not necessarily, no.
They are plant sugars that could glycate and cause stickiness and feed the microbes in the gut. I don't know. I've been thinking about this a little bit, and all of our, fake sugars that we think we could use with abandonment and what's the right word, and lack of adverse effects. Were you using any of these things during your keto times?
A little bit, and I think that's why I wasn't really seeing progress. I also was thinking you can get away with having some gluten every now and then. Now I know it was wrong. At the time I was staying on the farm, you primarily just eat whatever is on the farm, fruits, veggies, you cook some food, it's simple. Sometimes you have get together with folks at the farm. They cook with the same ingredients with the food from the farm, and my feet were starting to get better, and I thought it's because I have Hoka shoes. The last day I decided to make this cake for everyone. It was really good, but then my arthritis and my feet, I guess neuropathy, flared up. And I thought, oh, it's probably from working too much, even though for the whole month they kept getting better. So I would encourage people to really stick to 3 months of carnivore if you're looking to get better for any kind of issue, because you don't know what can be flaring it up. Until I healed fully, I had a little bit of, I had a small piece of pie as well, and my guess is that gluten gave me a flare up. It lasted about 2 weeks. 2 weeks of feeling like your joints been hit with a hammer again is not worth. Wait, a pie is not worth that pain.
You mentioned depression and how you felt that you didn't want to live. So how much of that do you think it was your brain on fire from inflammation versus despair of being
Thought I
in
heard you.
pain and physically ill?
I think most of it, because the circumstances in my life did not change that much from last year or now or years before. But why did all the bad stuff comes to my mind only when I also have arthritis flare, when I also have neuropathy and this weird static shocks throughout the body? So now, whenever I don't know, I feel down a little bit, I always try to go back to basics, and I like, yeah, we might be nuked tomorrow, but at the same time, maybe I just missed my electrolytes. So I try not to let my emotions control me. Just being present with your emotions and seeing that pattern of things getting better, and seeing that lack of electrolytes might feel like severe anxiety, that I don't know, approaching your periods, I know it sounds a little goofy, but um, might affect your mood as well. Maybe you didn't sleep and that's why you're irritable. So I try to just look at the few days before, whenever I start feeling a little bit depressed. And that's another thing I also wanted to talk about, is that after I had done GI map with Judy Chortin, she also, based on my symptoms, she recommended to look into CIRS, which is chronic inflammatory response syndrome, which is Lyme-like illness, but in case of Lyme, it's caused by bacteria. In my case, it's caused by inability to detoxify mold. So your body kind of gets stuck in flu-like state, and you're never able to produce antibodies for the mold that you're breathing in. And I see a lot of people in source community, they do say that carnivore helped them a lot. And that's why anytime they get off the diet just a little bit, all the symptoms come back. Because when you have SIRS, you just have inflammation in the body that doesn't turn off. So then any kind of irritant just becomes 100 times worse. In Slavic languages, there is a saying that to make something worse is you pour salt on the wounds. And with SIRS, anything that's not meat becomes salt, and your whole body is a wound. After I had conversation in October with the Judy Cho team, and they told me that my healing progress might just stall until I'm out of exposure. I have had my house tested, and there are quite high amounts of mold. That's why I think I'm not getting 100%. And I fell off the wagon. I thought, okay, they said I can't get any better. Didn't mean it can't get any worse, and it did. I was having a little bit of ice cream every now and then. I was having a lot of berries, like a pound of berries a day. And who knows what kind of chemicals they treat them with. And I started noticing that my depression was starting up. I needed more hours to sleep. I needed about 14 hours to sleep. And I thought to myself in December, that this December, why am I not feeling as good as I did in the summer? And I thought to myself, duh, you're not doing anything you did in the summer, so go back to that. And just after 3 days of being strict this time, So I'm talking not a single spoon of ice cream, not any kind of snacks, not even a little bit. Even though it didn't really flare up my symptoms, after 3 days, I was able to get up when my alarm rang. And before I would snooze it for 5 hours. And I was like, oh man, I have to stick to it. But I'm amazed that now on my own, I can, without an alarm, I only need 9 hours of sleep. And when alarm rings, I wake up, and just even beginning of January, it would take me 14 hours of sleep on my own to wake up, and you still never feel rested. And after Christmas dinner, it took me a week to do my dishes,
Wow.
Mm. So
but
how
I'm
you
better
feel?
now.
So you've had to be strict, and you realize that at the moment, at least, that's the way you're gonna have to be. But how are you feeling today, for example?
I feel much better. I think I'm at the best I've ever been, and I think it will continue. There are only three things that I did not see full improvement on carnivore, and Judy Chua team explained that some of it can be due to source. One is I have string-like hot and sharp pain going from my elbow to my wrist. It comes and goes, and 2 or 3 times a day, it feels like I broke my fingers. It's lasts about a minute and then it goes away. From being very strict on lion diet to having some berries every now and again, introducing dairy, I did not see any difference in that symptom. I don't know if there is something maybe mechanical going on. I'm open to suggestion. I don't know if you guys know what can be causing it, because it starts at the elbow and then it slowly progresses and then it's gone. So
Oh, it's likely some sort of ulnar nerve damage or localized entrapment secondary to the, yes, the mechanical breakdown of our bodies over time, and the damage we may have experienced through our standard diets, lifestyles and things like that. So it's not an all or none. There's always
Mhm,
some things, even of us carnivores, that have some aches and pains sometimes.
mhm,
It's just natural and normal. I got a elbow bursitis that comes and goes for me. I got a knee issue that comes and goes sometimes, and an ankle.
mhm.
And it's just part of being a 70-year young Ferrari, that no matter who you are at whatever age, you might have had an accident at one point that caused some damage that
Mhm.
may do this. That's the most common problems. It's not
Are,
complicated, probably more
are
simple.
are there any tests you would recommend to look into? I don't know, some scans, because they did do a nerve study and muscle study, and they come out negative for anything. So my guess would be something mechanical in the elbow.
Yeah, I mean, you could do probably MRI or an X-ray and CT and look at the neuromuscular fiber bundles in the bone or the joint things, or
Mm-hmm.
you can put a little hot soak on it and heat it up, and or even a little bit of some people use castor oil patches and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
or even PRP injections. People have done that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Steroid lidocaine injections in rare times, depends on how bad it is. I mean, I had such bad calcific tendonitis. At one point, I couldn't move my shoulder. Injection
Oh,
of
wow.
steroid and lidocaine, boom, in 2 seconds, and it's never come back. This guy
Mm-hmm.
here, it just aches and pains from time to time. I could
Mm-hmm.
get it surgically anatomically fixed, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be a problem in the future. So,
Got it.
yeah, don't do the things that make it hurt. And sometimes, like, you know, sometimes over time, these things just go away.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is the more strict carnivore, fatty meat. And I think we're searching for answers when in fact ignoring them probably is one of the best things I've ever done for me. It's like, oh, wow, I completely forgot about it. But it happens from time to time. It's okay.
Yeah, got it.
Let's get some questions, Alia.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Why the polar bear?
Well, it's a ornament from the Christmas tree. I very like polar bears, and as a kid, all my toys were just polar bears.
Well,
I don't know, maybe a little bit stereotypical, but I like them.
I love polar bears. That's what I was asking, because I'm fascinated by their life cycles and by their evolution and by their environment they live in. And they're one of the animals, most amazing animals, because if they're not fat, they die.
Yeah,
And they eat primarily fat, adipose tissue, raw animal fat. And I think this is where one of our things in our problem is we overcook our food. It's generally lower in fat, and that's one of our problems.
yeah, I'm trying to get my parents on getting more fat in, and they're adding a teaspoon of butter to whatever they're cooking. But that's not enough. You might think that's enough, but that's a teaspoon of butter every now and then. That's not enough. Lean, 95% protein, 5% fat, ground beef. That's just like it's chicken at that point. What's the point? I'm really trying to convince them.
Which I think is one of the problems for many carnivores. Their meat is overcooked, there's no fat, and that's why rare to raw and adding more fat is really one of the most important things. Because if you hunted and killed the animal, you ate the fatty raw meat and organ meats.
Yeah.
Doctor, questions?
Yep. Can carnivore help with ALS?
Disclaimer, we're not your doctors, you're not a patient. But I truly believe that any autoimmune condition can be helped with a carnivore diet, which is an ultimate elimination diet, if you want to put it that way. There are many examples out there and a lot of improvement with people with multiple neurodegenerative conditions. Is it going to cure it? I don't know about that.
Maybe.
Is it going to improve it?
Maybe.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
So most people do find improvement.
Yeah. Huge.
This is a super important question. Will the groundhog see his shadow today?
Punxsutawney Phil. Well, the way I'm here right now, I am certain there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter.
Oh, no.
And I wanted to say that it's very interesting to learn that the groundhog lives in Pennsylvania. When I saw the Groundhog Day movie multiple years ago, while still being in Europe.
Where are you from?
I'm from Belarus. It's by Poland and Lithuania.
Okay.
Better here.
Next.
Speaking of cooking food, Chuck, found beef shanks, but need to be slow cooked or will be tough. Usually eat black and blue. So does the beef shank and juices supply any nutrition since cooked through? Thank you.
Grind it up and make patties and eat it rare to raw.
There you go.
I just made yesterday beef shanks, slow cooked. It was for my family who requested a soup, so it did have other things added to it. but yeah, about 8-9 pounds of beef shanks.
Benny Williams would like to know, Dr. Kiltz, what kind of doctor are you?
I'm a reproductive endocrinologist, an OBGYN, double board certified. I've done internal medicine for a year, then I switched to OBGYN and then fertility. But I'm just another human being on a journey of trying to help us heal. And you don't have to be an MD, DO in order to take control of your health via the keto, preferably carnivore, faith and fasting lifestyles.
There you go. Another question about this chuck roast or whatever, beef shanks. Since you're losing vitamins and minerals when you're cooking it, would whey protein be a good assist for amino acids? Silence, crickets.
Just enjoy them. Slow cooked is fine, I think. We can talk about the details of losing if you lose a lot, but
whey protein, I mean, I guess how is whey protein manufactured?
Like ultra processed?
Well, is it cooked? It is, I don't know. I have to look on how it's actually made, but
there is certainly a lot more processing on the whey protein powder than on a slow cooked meat.
I agree.
So low and slow and enjoy it.
And my point about rare to raw is that it's not mandatory, but if you're not healing on the cooked shit, then delete that. Then raw carnivore.
Nice. Dr. Kiltz, is polycystic ovarian syndrome related to inflammation?
Well, PCOS, plant-caused ovarian sickness, polycystic ovarian syndrome is basically an inflammatory condition that's either caused by glycation, which damages the hypothalamic, pituitary, thyroid, adrenal, ovarian axis, damage the very cells that actually mature and release the eggs. And then plants contain estrogens, which are like a birth control pill, which damages the normal circulatory system of the ovaries, and then lectins, oxalate phytates, and yes.
Songs the second. Can I have dairy on carnivore? What about spices and sweeteners? Can I have them?
You can have whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. Guess. What do you?
So the question, the dairy. Many people have sensitivities to dairy, and if you discover that you're having any type of reaction, then don't do it. If it hurts, don't do it, right, Dr. Kiltz? And I think everybody owes them to themselves to go 30, 90 days on a more strict protocol, no spices, no sweeteners. Right. Try it with just salt. And if you find that improves you when you try to add things up back in the diet, you might discover that there are certain things, certain spices that hurt you. I found out black pepper gives me joint pain when I have it. So
there you go. I mean, her next, I believe it's to her. Why am I getting acne on carnivore? I think you need to go back to your last question: dairy and spices and sweeteners. One of those could be causing it.
Why would carnivore cause acne? So we're acne. So the lean meat, the low fat part of carnivore is fermentable. That means the microbes in the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, and more ferments. Those microbes proliferate. They crawl up the esophagus, and they will also migrate onto the skin. And so it's basically For most people, they're eating too frequently and they're not eating enough fat. Fat does not grow the microbes in the gut.
Yeah. I guess Rick never got acne. That's the guess. Let's see. So one last question that we got so far. Chuck, would oxalate dumping be part of the arthritis issue? I think he's asking Anastasia.
Well, she had the arthritis a lot longer before she tried carnivore. So
Yeah, I don't think I experienced any oxalate dumping because I went from keto to carnivore, and when I came home, I was still trying to, from the farm, I was trying to do meal prepping for the whole week. So as I was discovering that so many veggies blow me up, I would just remove them, remove them, remove them. And after about of month of removing the veggies that were bothering me, I ended up with carnivore. So I think for me it was very slow process. That's why I didn't have that issue. But I think my arthritis is in complete remission. I don't have any pain associated with that. The only thing that I have rheumatoid arthritis. I don't know. There are many other kinds. I
yes.
noticed that when I still had gluten, it would give me a flare for up to 2 weeks.
So essentially, there's some inflammation and oxalates, phytates, lectins, and other forms of antigens in a plant-based diet, but there's still some of them that are lodged into our tissue somewhere and could be circulating and causing that problem. Sally Norton.
All right. Well, we got all the questions. Oh, wait, here we go. Dr. Nelson has a question. As someone who has been put through the ringer, what is your message to doctors who told you symptoms were random or unrelated?
Is it for me?
Yes.
So yes.
Oh,
All questions are for you.
Oh, oi. It's felt you start questioning your own sanity. You think that it might be all in your head, that you need to do meditation, that you need to be, I don't know, doing some crazy stuff. And it never worked for me. No amount of supplements ever helped to the extent that carnivore did. Honestly, I still can't believe I can walk. I go to church, and this September it was a very first mass that I was able to stand through the whole thing. I never was able to stand, and I always felt like I'm being judged by grandmas because I couldn't stand for more than 5 minutes. It felt like I'm standing on I don't know, hot charcoal. And there is a part of Orthodox prayer where we sing blah blah blah, God that heals all our diseases. And I always want to cry at that part because I'm standing. I can't believe it. It's well, the only one thing. Well, there are two things that I'm still struggling on carnivore. Is some fatigue, and I don't mean like tired. I feel that I can't fully, I don't know, access the energy. I don't know how to really describe it. When I did carnivore first time 2 years ago, I didn't know that your environment can affect your health. And I went to visit my parents in Florida for 2 weeks. And I just remember it was the last day when I came back home that the energy kicked in, and you can never confuse it with anything. I felt that I can outrun Usain Bolt. I had so much energy. I was running up and down the stairs. I wanted to burn it off. I was doing push-ups. I don't know how I didn't hurt myself. I was I remember it was the day I just came back from visiting my parents because I was still going through my suitcase. And then the next day it was gone. In 3 days, it was hard to get out of bed. So I thought it was problem with carnivore. Now I know it's all the mold in my house, and I'm working on moving out. So I would suggest to people, if you still have weird symptoms that are not fully improving on carnivore, to look beyond the diet, to look at your environment. Um, and the other thing I'm struggling with is is the association. And the blood work that I had done with Judy Cho regarding CIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome, showed that the CIRS markers are dysregulated. Some are too high, some are too low. And there are two markers that are responsible for oxygenation of the tissue. So my guess would be because two of them are dysregulated severely, that's why even though I'm doing perfect electrolyte fat protein ratio to my weight, I'm still struggling with some things, and under oxygenation of the brain can cause partial dissociation. For me, it started when I first moved to America. And now I know the valley I live in, everything has been flooded 20 times over. The Appalachian Mountains are all ridges and valleys are flat because they constantly flood. And every time it floods, it gets leveled out. And where do people settle? Not in the mountains, in the valleys. And the area of Wilkes-Barre, I know it's only 2 hours from New York, is a very old area. A lot of houses here are old. Everything, they got a dam here only in the 70s, and most of the houses were built in late 1800s, early 1900s. So sometimes I wonder how many people in the area are sickened up with neurological damage because of mold, and nobody even knows it's a thing. I found out about the whole thing from Jordan Peterson and his daughter, and thank God for Jordan Peterson for helping so many people on so many levels, even as far as health goes. And I never saw anyone say that there is any kind of biological aspect to the association. I always thought it might be from stress of moving, losing your friends, the whole new country situation, figuring out how things work. Why are there no bosses here, and why the health system is so difficult? But no amount of counseling ever helped. And I do belong to a CIRS support group, and most people say that the association got 80% better when they moved out and took binders to remove fat-soluble toxins of mold out of the body. And I really can't wait to get to that point, because it just feels like your soul is not attached to your body. It's very hard to describe that. I really hope I'll be able to watch this stream in a few months and be more, I don't know, present.
your presence
So
today, and your presence is a present for all of us.
thank you.
Thank you. We so appreciate your sharing this because it's not easy. And
Yeah, thank you.
faith, fatty meat, fasting, and the flow of this conversation and connecting with others. That's so important.
Faith, focus, food,
She's
freedom,
coming
Karen.
to the event. She's
There
already
we
coming
go.
to the event.
It's all faith. That's it. Faith in God.
Didn't she win last week?
I think so. I think so. I'm gonna do it one more time, Karen. I'm gonna get you email me and we'll figure out your price. But I'm gonna draw one more time. Do it again. Let's see.
What are we doing?
I was just doing it over. Oh, Leon, congratulations. Email me, Alia at Dr.Kiltz.com.
Both win.
We'll
Both win.
Both win. Both win. Yeah.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins. Everyone's a winner.
Yeah.
Congrats, Leon. And Karen says she's never won anything before. So there you go. Congrats, Karen. All right.
2 winners today.
2 winners today. Leon, email me. Karen, email me. Alia at Dr.Kiltz.
There's a winner every day because she shows up.
That's right.
That's the most important thing, is just showing up. And Judy chose amazing, by the way. And you know, these groups out there are all part of an important in communication and conversation and creativity and helping us all build.
And
Yeah,
which group can they visit today, Dr. Kiltz?
KMT tonight at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Everyone's welcome on our Zoom. Just go to Kiltz Mighty Tribe and get the link and join us for free.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, Anastasia, what were you going to say?
Well, I was I wanted to ask you actually personally, Dr. Kiltz, is when you have an opportunity to translate your YouTube channel to other languages, because even in America, people think keto is voodoo, and we know how helpful that is. And then when you start talking about carnivore, they think you're nuts. And in the rest of the world, they don't even know about keto or carnivore.
What's your language, Anna?
Well, it's Belarusian,
Okay.
but I also speak Russian and Ukrainian.
Okay. So we need to end in a minute, so it can be translated to 10 other languages. I don't know if YouTube translates to any of the languages you speak.
I think there is some kind of AI program that allows you. I honestly don't know. I saw that Dr. Berg has multiple channels in different languages, and I have been trying to share that information with my family in Eastern Europe. And it's hard because they have all the symptoms that can be treated with carnivore and keto, and they just don't believe me. They don't believe me. I had arthritis. I don't believe me. I healed it from my best to my worst. Other than a little bit of acne, you can't see the difference. But I feel so much better. I think I'm at the healthiest I've ever been, even as a teenager, early 20s, even as a kid. As soon as my consciousness kicked in at the age of 5, all I remember is doctors and pain.
Thank you for being here, Anna. Dr. Kiltz.
I'll reach Nicholas D. For an interview. Did you make that interview connection? He texted. He sent me a message. Sent you a message.
I will look at it right after this. Give me a second.
Have a good day, everybody. 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. Kiltz Mighty Tribe Zoom call.